Okay, we are going to talk about Jane's temperament evaluation, and my throat is running dry from all of these videos. So, the first thing to understand is that the scoring of low, medium, high is not like low is bad and high is good. That's not how it works. It is just a spectrum. It's kind of like a gauge. So, I will walk you through it. But the first thing you're going to notice is I put the puppy into the testing area, and what I'm looking for is how do they respond to new surroundings. It's a room they really haven't spent much time in our house. It's new obstacles that they haven't seen before, and how do they handle that situation? What is life going to be like when you take your puppy out into the world, into new situations? And she scored a high for that. What I'm looking for is her tail up, is her tail down, is she checking things out, is she crumbling in the corner? And she was very happy to check things out. Her tail was high. She was kind of sniffing all of the things, going from one spot to the other, kind of just nonchalantly. Really wasn't fazed by anything. The next thing I'm looking for is assertiveness. So what happens is I crawl into the testing area and I have a seat, and then I just wait and see what the puppy does. So a low assertive puppy might army crawl over. They may not even approach me. Whereas a high assertive puppy has no regard for your boundaries, and they're trying to get at your face and lick you as close as possible. And medium assertive puppy often crawls into your lap, and they're kind of polite about it, and they kind of look at you for guidance, and they're like, okay, what's next? That was Jane. Super middle of the road, super polite about it, but very happy to see me. Motivation levels. So this is workability or trainability of a dog. Also, how badly do they want to please their people is what we're looking for. And she has a high workability. She really wanted to do anything I asked. She was up for any task. She really wanted to please me. And I do see that day-to-day life as well. She's usually waiting for me at the side of the pen. She is up for any task. And she is really keen to learn. Nerve strength and resiliency. So this is their ability to handle stress. So signs of stress in a puppy is puppies don't generally yawn because they're tired. It's usually a sign of stress. So they're either yawning or they might stop and do some scratching, shaking, sneezing. These are signs of stress. And I did not see any of that from Jane. She was just easygoing. Nothing was phased. She wasn't phased by anything. Nothing threw her off track. And yeah, she was just up for anything. The only time that I've maybe seen a little bit of that from her is on her first car ride. She whimpered for the first couple minutes, and she was riding with Catcher, but she was sleeping by the end. So a couple car rides, and she's going to be fine. So I think she's going to handle stressful situations really well. And a dog with high confidence and high nerve strength, these are the dogs that, as long as they've been well socialized, these are the dogs you can take anywhere. These are the calm dogs out in public that people are going, oh my gosh, this dog is so amazing. Yeah, it's totally going to be, that's totally going to be Jane. Touch tolerance. Okay, so we're not, the tolerance is not whether or not they enjoyed it. It's how tolerant they were of that touch. So think of a vet visit or a groomer's visit where they're doing a lot of handling. We're not asking a dog to enjoy those experiences, but we do hope that they can get better at tolerating it, especially for a home with young kids. Often these kids they don't always handle dogs or animals appropriately. And it is really nice if a puppy has a stronger foundation, which is why we do those handling exercises so early on and the entire time through our curriculum, so that we are building that. And it is one of those adjustable traits that I want all families, no matter what scale their puppy was. So, I mean, Jane scored a high. She really just she loves her massages. She just melts into that cradle position. You can see she's just very comfortably laying in my lap, and she would have stayed there all day had I let her. Yeah, so she really enjoys her touch. Energy level. So this is another one of those stable traits. It doesn't change. A low energy dog would do a lot of sitting through the test, probably only walking, and a high energy dog would probably be running circles the whole time. So she was right in the middle. She did a lot of walking, so I do think she's on the lower side of the energy level. But she did get playful again, and she did kind of perk up at times. And I do think as an adult, I do think that she will be, I think right now she's just got a lot of puppy fat that's just making her dopey these days. But overall, I do think she's a medium energy dog. She's going to be happy to go for those longer walks, but at the same time, if it's crappy weather out, she's probably also going to be very happy with a few minutes of like training sessions throughout the day or a brain buster. I think she's going to be very happy with that. Sound and sight sensitivity. So this is a scale of how much they noticed. And so low meaning that these are our bomb-proof puppies, that they're not reacting to the sights or the sounds. Often dogs that struggle with reactivity are dogs that are highly sound and sight sensitive. You know, when somebody says, oh yeah, they bark at the leaf blowing, or, you know, every car that passes by the front window, those are probably high sight and sound sensitive dogs. So what you'll notice when you watch the evaluation video is I've got a shaker, like a Fisher-Price shaker. I shake it really loudly, and I don't care if they notice the sound. What I'm looking for is, do they recover if they startled? And I don't even think that she heard it. She didn't even flinch or notice. And then sight sensitivity, we pop an umbrella up at them. Not to scare them, but to see if they notice. Like, it's not right in their face. You'll see. But we pop up an umbrella and see if they startle to like a sudden movement. And again, she didn't even notice the umbrella popping at all. Prey drive, so medium prey drive. Yeah, right in the middle. Like, she did eventually get engaged with toys. She liked to chase a few things, but it wasn't super intense. So I think it'll be enough that it'll be make her fun with toys and training, but I don't think it will be so intense that it will become something unmanageable. Like a high prey drive dog can be a challenge with young kids in the home. Sometimes if a family is not prepared or isn't expecting it, it can be surprising. Human focused. She scored high for human focus. She was continually checking in with me. She stayed by my side for most of the time. Once in a while, she would kind of venture off. But yes, she was very human focused. These are the dogs. We can't make a dog want to be with us, but when they were naturally human focused, they want to be with us. And so that's what that trait looks like. Tender-hearted. She got a highly tender-hearted. So you'll notice that I lay on the floor and I cry, like pretend to cry like I'm having a temper tantrum. And you see if the puppy cares, and she definitely did. She came over and she was right by my face and she was checking on me, and she didn't leave my side. So when you hear that, you know, somebody says that they were sick on the couch for a week and their dog never left their side, that's a highly tender-hearted dog. That is tending to them, those nurse dogs. And dog friendliness, she got a neutral. The stuffed dog is really not a great example, but she really could have cared less either way. So she does get along with the dogs in the house. She does seek them out. So I think she'll do well whether there's another dog in the house or not. But yeah. Jane's so sweet. She's just like a puddle of goo. She's so cuddly. If you have any questions, let me know.